Hey guys, Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the brand new Adidas Lillard 1. Now, as you can see, it does come in a standard black and white Adidas box. The box got absolutely destroyed in shipping. I tried my best to fix it, so I just apologize for that. It was flat when I got it. Now it actually does have some kind of a shape to it. Here is a look at the label. It says D Lillard. Obviously, D standing for Damian, Lillard being his name. That's all they put as far as the name of the shoe is concerned. You can see it's a size 9.5. The colorway is white, black, and metallic gold. And the retail price on these guys is $105 US, which is relatively low for a signature basketball shoe from any brand, really. Obviously, they're Adidas, so expect them to be a little bit less, especially in comparison to what Nike's asking for LeBron's, KD's, Kobe's, stuff like that. But at $105, the quality of the shoe, the appearance of the shoe, I'm just really happy with them. This has not necessarily had the most glowing response as far as what I've seen publicly in comment sections on sneaker websites and stuff like that. A lot of people seem to not like how this shoe looks. I am on the opposite end of the spectrum. From the second I saw this shoe unveiled, I was a huge fan. I really like the appearance of this shoe. It's clean. I just don't understand what people don't like about it. I mean, I really like that Adidas implemented their no stripes thing. That seems to be the latest trend with them and all of their latest releases. Obviously, we see something along those lines with their new F50 Adizero soccer cleat. But on this shoe, there are no three stripes branding. There is no three stripes branding whatsoever. You're going to find Adidas branding on the back of the right heel in black, as you guys can see. You don't have that on the left shoe. You actually have the Damian Lillard logo, which looks pretty cool in my opinion. On the left shoe, you do have the Adidas branding on the tongue, whereas on the right shoe, it just says Dame in gold. And then, of course, you're going to find your Adidas branding on both shoes at the toe, as well as the bottom of the sole. But for the most part, pretty minimal branding. You would expect the three stripes to be on this shoe, especially considering it is Lillard's first model. But they really are banking on his name selling shoes. And from what I've seen so far, especially at the $105 price point, these things seem to be selling pretty well. I know that they've launched 4 colorways so far. The initial launch one, which is black and red, as well as the Black History Month, seems to be sold out everywhere based on what I've seen. And then you have the purple one, as well as the All-Star one that I have right here, that seem to be sold out in most sizes. I got mine on release day, and I just haven't gotten around to making a video. I apologize for that. More videos on this channel are going to be coming soon, guys. I have been buying sneakers, I just haven't been making the videos, so I'm going to get back on track with this channel, hopefully within the next couple of weeks. I want to post at least one video per week, so if you have been kind of missing videos on this channel, I apologize for that. Hopefully that will change in the near future. This is, of course, the All-Star colorway for Damian Lillard that Adidas had to be a little bit worried about, I would assume, at some point in time, because he wasn't initially in the All-Star game. He got in pretty much at the last second as an injury substitution, I believe. So this is potentially a colorway that would have never released, or they would have had to change the story behind it, I suppose, because obviously John Wall, another Adidas signature athlete, he has his own shoe, featured the same color scheme with the black, white and black with the little gold accents throughout. Not a huge fan of that shoe visually, but this one, like I said, really like how it looks. And for $105, you just can't get much as far as basketball shoes go, other than just generic team models that are probably good basketball shoes, but not necessarily shoes you would want to wear casually. But nonetheless, really good look to this shoe. It kind of has that Jordan retro vibe, in my opinion. I mean, that's just an opinion, but let me know down below in the comment section. Do you like how this shoe looks? Why or why not? Because for those that don't like it, I don't really understand why. As far as the materials and colorway is concerned, I really like this one. This is the colorway that I was just waiting for it to release. I was really excited about this one. Mostly white in color, and then you do have some black accents, mainly here at the toe. The upper is what appears to be leather, but what doesn't necessarily feel like the nicest leather. It's definitely more of a more of a synthetic vibe to it, but nonetheless, it looks really nice, and I think that's what matters. You have these kind of oval perforations on both the lateral and medial side, as well as in the toe box area, that just give it kind of a modern, more of a modern look, considering that it is supposed to have that natural leather type of appearance to it. And then you have towards the back of the shoe, as well as around the toe here, kind of a snakeskin type pattern. Again, similar to what we see on the F50 Adizero, a soccer cleat from Adidas. This is really a shoe that reminds me a lot of that particular shoe. And you have kind of a matte finish to the black, and then a shiny finish that gives you that snakeskin effect. And then the back portion is just a shiny snakeskin finish synthetic material that, again, I just really like the detailing on this shoe. You have your Tech Fit branding, the Dame branding, as well as on the other shoe, your Tech Fit branding and Adidas branding on the tongue in a gold color, and it actually is a 3M material, at least the part on the tongue is. This is just printed on. And then you have the 3M material in this Tech Fit kind of securing system right here at the base of the forefoot. Kind of reminds me of their NitroCharge energy sling, where it's just a nylon band, not rubber obviously, that runs from the base of the sole into the lacing system, and then it just continues on the tongue just for visual impact, I guess. And then it's on there both sides, so when you pull the laces tight, it pulls on that nylon band, keeps your forefoot locked in place. But then of course it is black in color with the 3M kind of stripe running through the middle of it, which again, I just think this shoe looks pretty cool. The laces are white with the little black speckling, as you guys can see. It does have an interesting construction in that it's kind of an outer shell, and then you have this internal kind of foam-based neoprene type booty, I guess is the best way to describe it. So you can't actually open the shoe up. Once you slide your foot inside, it's kind of like an internal sock, and then the laces are what kind of allows you to tighten the shoe once it is on your foot. So it's kind of like a floating collar around the edges, as you guys can see. Something that I really like the look of. You do have the pull tab on the back that has I think it actually says something. I can't really make it out. It might say Dame or something like that. It's really, really hard to say. I'm sure somebody actually knows what it's supposed to say, but it doesn't just look like random camo, which is what I thought it was up until now, as I'm looking at it a little bit more closely. On the insole of the left shoe, the insole is, it is actually removable, so no, it's actually glued in, so I'm not going to rip them out. But anyways, you have Lillard's signature right there, obviously, on the left shoe. And then on the right shoe, it says #believe and something written about New York. If you guys want to pause the video and read it, I think you got a pretty clear view there. Considering that the All-Star game was held in New York, I'm assuming that what is written on this insole is specific to this particular colorway. But again, I'm not 100% sure on that detail. And then moving on to the back of the shoe, like I mentioned, one shoe bears the Adidas branding in black. The other one does have the Damian Lillard logo, which I think just looks really cool. I like that they're both a little bit different from each other on both the front and back, with the branding on the tongue as well. Again, this one says Dame, this one says Adidas. And then as far as the midsole is concerned, it's just an Adiprene Plus midsole. I've heard talks online, and actually Lillard himself gave an interview saying that Adidas did want to make a Boost version, a Boost shoe for his first signature, but he wanted the price point to be a little bit lower, which it wouldn't be if they included Boost foam. So instead they included Adiprene, made a $105 price point, and I don't know if that's a good or bad decision on his part, but I think they made a pretty good shoe considering the $105 retail. So you can see the top portion of the midsole in the forefoot area at least is black on both the lateral and medial side, and then the rest of the midsole is white with some black speckling. Kind of has that Oreo ice cream type of look to it, which I really like. And then you have the Sprint frame, which is a white plastic. You can see the branding right there, kind of running around the top of the midsole, acting as that little bit of extra stability and stiffness through the midfoot area of the shoe. And then moving on to the outsole, it's kind of like a translucent gray, smoky gray color, not necessarily black, which I actually think looks good. It doesn't necessarily match the rest of the shoe, but it's not something that you're really going to notice. I definitely prefer translucent looking outsoles versus solid ones, just from an appearance standpoint. Performance wise, I mean, it really doesn't matter to me. I'm not going to be playing basketball in these shoes anyways. But as far as appearance goes, I really like how these things look. It has this kind of wavy kind of variation of herringbone, I guess you would call it. Instead of straight up lines, it's just kind of a wavy zigzag type of pattern. And then of course, you have this little cutout here through the middle where some of the foam is exposed, and again, more Sprint frame branding right there in the middle. So overall, really, really good looking shoe, really good quality for the $105 price point. If you were thinking about picking these up, but you're unable to see them in store first, I wasn't able to. I kind of just ordered them online and hoped that they would be pretty good. Like I said, for the price that they're asking for these things, the quality is much better than expected, if not well above average in comparison to a lot of shoes that retail for significantly more money than these. So that's pretty much it as far as my opinions go on the overall appearance of the shoe. Let me know your opinions down below in the comment section. And move on next to the on-feet portion of this video so we can get a better idea as to how these shoes look and of course what the sizing is like. Alright, so here's a look at the Lillard ones on feet with a pair of shorts. And what I can say about this shoe, I guess the best way to summarize it on feet is that it doesn't look like a $105 shoe, at least in my opinion, but it does feel more like a $105 shoe. When you put on a pair of signature shoes from Nike, a pair of Kobe's, a pair of LeBron's, a pair of KD's, something is noticeably different about that shoe in terms of how it fits on your feet. With this particular shoe, not to say that they feel bad, but there's nothing special. There's nothing that feels unique about it in terms of how it fits and feels, both in terms of comfort as well as just the overall feel, if you know what I mean. As far as the visuals go though, really like how this shoe looks. No complaints there whatsoever. It kind of has that retro modern styling about it, which is why I think it has been so controversial in terms of people's opinions on it. It actually reminds me a lot of the original Leaning Way of Wade, for those that are familiar with that shoe. Again, not the most well-received shoe. I was personally a fan. The problem with that one was just availability, but nonetheless, really big fan of how this shoe looks. They are comfortable enough. It's a much higher volume fit than I was honestly expecting, considering that this is a performance-oriented basketball shoe at the end of the day. Even in the forefoot with that Tech Fit technology that they've implemented there with the nylon straps, it's just much wider than I was honestly expecting. And unless you pull the laces really tight, you're just not going to have that locked-in feel. It has the internal booty, but it's not particularly tight. And like I said, it's just a pretty wide shoe all the way through. So if you do have wide feet, you're probably going to find these quite comfortable. Sizing, I went with my usual size 9.5 US that I wear in most sneakers, and the fit is pretty much perfect. So I would say that these do run true to size. So if you are looking to order a pair, go for your normal size. And as far as underfoot cushioning is concerned, it's got Adiprene Plus. It doesn't feel overly cushioned. Again, it just feels like kind of a normal pair of shoes, nothing particularly special about it, but with a lot of foam materials that can change over time as it kind of breaks in and softens up. But nonetheless, I think they're comfortable enough. It's a little bit surprising to me that this is Damian Lillard's basketball shoe that he actually wears in game, but nonetheless, good looking shoe, good quality, great price point, and it's really hard to argue with all of that considering how much these things actually cost. Alright, so here is a look at the Lillard ones on feet with a pair of pants. These are actually some Adidas Tiro pants, track pants specifically made for soccer. They kind of taper towards the bottom. I wear them all the time. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with these, and I think they look pretty good with this particular shoe. Black and white pants to go with white and black shoes. And this colorway in particular of the Lillard ones, I think would just look good with anything. You could wear them with jeans, you could wear them with sweatpants, you could wear them with track pants like I have on right now. It's just very versatile in terms of what you can wear it with when you have a pretty simple design with a pretty simple colorway like I have here with these Lillard ones. So on feet, really big fan of how these things look. It's the reason why I picked them up in the first place. But let me know your opinions down below in the comment section. Do you like how these look? Why or why not? And with that said, I'll leave you to my final thoughts. Alright guys, that's it for my review of the All-Star Game colorway of the Adidas Lillard 1. Really good looking shoe, and the quality, in my opinion, is what you would expect it to be, if not above and beyond, for the $100 price point that they're asking for these things. If this shoe ever goes on sale, I can tell you this is one of those models that I probably will be picking up in multiple colorways just because I really do like it a lot. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions at all regarding this particular shoe, leave them down below in the comment section. I definitely will answer all your questions, as well as take a look at any of your suggestions if there's any sneakers in particular you'd like to see featured on the channel. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. If you guys are interested in a pair of Lillard ones for yourself, check out the review page on my website. It'll be the very first link down below in the description of this video. On that page, you'll find the high quality images that I took myself of this particular pair. That'll give you an idea as to some of the close-up details that you won't see in the online stock photos. And I also will have buy it now links posted for all of the colorways that are still available. So again, if you're interested in a pair of these for yourself, first link down below in the description, go ahead and check it out. All my social media information is down below in the description as well. Subscribe if you haven't already for more sneaker reviews, of course. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.